Hey guys, how's it going? Fox Game here, and today for tips and tricks on Call of Duty, we are going to be reviewing the ARX-160. Now this gun, it's actually great at long range and short range. However, it could be used in any as preferred. I just prefer it to actually be pretty much a close range weapon. So I'm playing with some I'm playing with veteran bots right now. Just to show you guys this video because my Xbox Live wasn't working as well. So now this weapon is great for starters on Xbox Live, anything like that, because you just won't, it's actually pretty cheap if you are to buy it on Xbox Live. It's not a lot of in-game points, so that's nice to know. But back to the important stuff. Now this gun also creates enough of the power it needs to succeed. I know it's like one of those stronger weapons, and I think someone described, I think they meant it to be a long-range weapon, but it didn't work so well because I know Infinite Award meant a lot of weapons to be something else, but it just didn't come out as well as it should have. So I think Infinity War, besides everything it has been through, I think it meant for this gun to actually be long range. I don't have the footage actually right now with me, but there actually is some footage of one of the developers talking about how this gun should have been, how it should have progressed, and I'm actually very intrigued by that. I thought it was really interesting to see what the developer's point of view was on all of this. It's actually a pretty interesting video if you guys can go check it out. I don't know what channel it is on. I might put it in the description if I can find it. If not, I'll probably have it in one of the next videos. Oh boy. So now, as much as taking down enemies, this actually does pretty well with that, like I mentioned before. So you won't have a problem in taking down enemies. But when it comes to what's best for the team, this is actually great. If your team is just full of snipers, it's great to have one of these, but it's not the most, even though it is powerful, it's not the most useful gun, I can say. Because when it comes to having a lot of players in one area, it just won't work as well. As you saw earlier, there are actually a few players all in one area, crowded up, and it didn't just work as well for me. So you can see how that kind of works out. It's not very well. But I think after all they did, they actually made all the guns in this game pretty darn good. Just saying, they did a great effort trying to put the guns in. And, you know, we should have cared enough already. This gun is actually great for slide killing, if any of you are actually good at that. I'm actually amazed at it. I'm actually really good at it. Slide killing. It's not really a challenging thing for me. But right here, like when your enemy will see you first before you see them, it's not a very good idea to have this gun. It's just my advice. Now I know some people prefer guns that have like more sensible recoil, and I know that, but this gun has a really good reload speed. Even though it's low ammo, kind of challenges you when trying to do stuff. But besides all that, it is actually a very useful gun. Now, tips and tricks on it for this episode, for tips and tricks. I'm actually going to be talking to you guys about how this gun can actually help your team progress. Whether it's team deathmatch, anything like that, it'll help your team get better. Now, what I mean by this is that if your team's full of snipers, like I said earlier, you're probably going to want to have one assault. If your team's full of assaults, it's probably not a great idea to have this. But just because it's close range doesn't mean it can't be used in long range. I just wouldn't suggest it, but we all have different opinions. And my opinion is just something a little more different than most people prefer. Now, I chose this map individually only because it's kind of a tight range map, and this is a short range weapon. So it would have been perfect for this map. So that's why I chose this map. If you guys were wondering, like, why are you doing this map? This is more like a shotgun map. And I understand that completely, actually. I understand it's more of a shotgun map, so like, why are you gonna use this? But yeah, this was my weapon choice for today. Just killed her. But I think that's about it. That all covers what this gun does. It's actually one of my favorite guns. Kind of sad to end the video. Just want to do some gameplay like the entire time. But yeah, besides that, you don't really need to be a great shot to actually use this gun. You can be a horrible shot and you can be really good with this gun. So that's what I like about some guns. You know, some you have to be really good, you know, like snipers. You have to be really good at, you know, sniping to actually stab. So yeah, that's about it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. And I'll kind of kill one more person and end off the game there. So yeah, that's all I have to say about this game review. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time, guys.